Welcome to another wonderful day in Kuala Lumpur. Today we're going to explore Chinatown, but we've heard this isn't the best area of town. We're going to find out today if that's still the case.
To answer that question, we are starting at the Chan Shi Chu Yuan Ancestral Hall, which is sort of on the southern end of Chinatown. We'll also be visiting the oldest Taoist temple in all of Kuala Lumpur, the oldest Hindu temple in all of Kuala Lumpur, and also its most famous shopping and food street. This should be an amazing afternoon. I am really excited to be exploring Chinatown, but first, the Ancestral Hall. Let's go take a look. This is the Chan Shi Chu Yuan Ancestral Hall. As I understand it, this building was used to unite immigrants that had the last name of Chan who came from China. And if you were part of that last name, you would be able to come here and find assistance with housing and jobs, and you'd be able to network with people that you might have been related to, even if it was distant. Chan is one of the largest last names in China, so people really had a great resource when they came to Kuala Lumpur back when this area was first being settled by immigrants in the 1800s. I imagine it was a source of relief to be able to come to a city that was being built back during the tin mining period and know that you had an area of comfort, an area of resources that would help you feel a little bit more at home. This hall was constructed around 120 years ago, and it is amazing. Not only were all of the materials brought in from southern China, but so were the craft workers. And it stands here still today. Some of it is in better shape than others. These gray tiles behind me are pristine. Clearly they have been well cared for over the years. Some of the paintings that are up above look like they could stand a little bit of restoration, like this one up here in the corner. And some of the paintings are beautiful. This one looks like it maybe has had some renovation work done. I can't believe the craftsmanship that went into this hall. It is a stunning piece of architecture and something that you should visit if you come to Chinatown. Don't miss this on the far southern end. This is the perfect start for our Chinatown experience today. I thought that was really cool. What did you think about it, Bill?
It was fantastic. Got to learn a ton about the origin of the temple and how it played a part really in the formation of Malaysia and some of the characters involved. And there's some great art off in the side rooms that we were able to go into. Strongly recommend checking out the temple.
Very informative English descriptions in the side rooms that Bill mentioned also. And now we are at the oldest Hindu temple in Kuala Lumpur, but we are going to come back to it. It's right here. Because the oldest Tao temple closes earlier, and we want to make sure that we get into it. So they're only a few blocks apart from one another, and that's where we're headed next. The oldest Tao temple in Kuala Lumpur. We are just outside the Temple, which, if I'm not mistaken, is the oldest Taoist temple in all of Kuala Lumpur. This temple was founded 160 years ago, more or less, by a Hakka immigrant named Yap Aloy. By the way, if we haven't mentioned it, we are doing our best with the names and we know we're not perfect at them, but we try really hard, so points. Anyhow, this temple was founded by Hakka immigrant Yap Aloy. And what I think is really neat about his story is that he first came from China to the Malay Peninsula and landed in Malacca, where we just came from. So it's kind of neat when we're able to trace people's history to places that we've been. And for me, that makes this temple even more special. Was a really cool temple. We did not record any impressions while we were inside because this seems to mainly be filled with local practitioners and we don't want to disturb them while they're practicing worship. I loved all of the architecture that was there. There were engravings, there were paintings. The tile on the floor was intricate and beautiful. This was a smaller temple, and because of that, the smoke from the joss sticks kind of filled up the main temple area. So if you are prone to breathing problems, this is probably a temple you'll want to look at from the outside. But it was really cool to be able to go inside and just look around it a little bit and experience the oldest Taoist temple in all of Kuala Lumpur. It was stunning. There's also a museum about this temple, but we don't have time for it today. It costs 20 ringgit to go into.
Now we're going to backtrack a little bit to the Hindu temple we mentioned, and after that, we're going to get some food. We're pretty hungry.
Here we are at the oldest Hindu temple in all of Kuala Lumpur, right here in Chinatown. I find Malaysia to be this fascinating mix of cultures, and I absolutely am loving it. This particular temple has a bit of renovation going on right now, so there's some scaffolding covering some of the areas, but the tile work here is beautiful, and all the colors, as is typical of the Hindu religion, are vibrant and gorgeous. We're now at the famous Petaling street, and only one of us is mic'd, so Bill can say things, but you won't know. We are going to take a walk down this, maybe do a little bit of shopping, and we are hoping to find some snacks to try, but we'll see. So far, this is really busy, but it's super scenic with the Chinese lanterns hanging above us. And it's a covered area, so even if it rains a little bit, you are completely protected from the elements. So that's really nice. usual for Asia, we are surprised by what we saw. This was just sort of a shopping street filled with like all the knockoffs you can imagine. I do not think that there was actual brand name stuff in there, but it was a really fun street. The only food that we saw, I think, was a durian stand, so we're gonna have to go seek out something else. That also was really busy. I wouldn't necessarily go shopping there for like souvenirs that you want to bring home that are indicative of the area, but if you want a fun story to tell your friends, this is a great place to go. If you want an alternative to Petaling Street that's a little bit less hectic, but you still want to get some shopping done, we'd recommend Central Market, which you can see behind me. It's a little bit more organized. The prices might be a little bit more expensive, but they are fixed prices, so there's no haggling, and it's air conditioned. Upstairs, don't miss the food court where you can enjoy some local food and also take a load off because it's probably hot outside and you deserve it. How amazing is this alley? It's sort of tucked off of one of the main roads and we just completely stumbled into it. This wasn't on a map or anything that we were following. It's amazing. There's so many different like paintings, some of them sort of 3D on the side that you can play with. This is so cool. Probably my favorite part of Chinatown so far. Well, since we discovered this cute alley, we thought, since we're still hungry, that maybe we should just choose one of these restaurants to eat at. So
There's one in here that specializes in Chinese buns. It sounds really good.
we love buns. Can I say that?
You can say that on YouTube.
They look really good. So we're gonna see if they have a table. And some air conditioning. Just like the size of my head. I was not expecting it to be quite this big. It looks amazing though. The fried chicken looks tender, the salad on it looks amazing, and Bill's looks even amazinger.
If by chance you're watching this, trying to learn English, amazinger, it isn't a word.
Okay, my first bite is just mainly chicken. All right, let's dig in. Oh, that is a really tangy sauce on there. I think it's a tangy mayo, and the chicken is super crispy and delicious. I haven't gotten much of the salad yet, and I think it might take me a while to eat this with a fork and a knife, but it's delicious. I'm very happy with my choice.
What Heather hasn't mentioned is we haven't really eaten since breakfast this morning. We're both really hungry. So I got the pork bao. I'm not really sure what to make of this. There's two giant slabs of pork on here with peanuts. Looks like cilantro or coriander and onions and some other things. Not really sure. Just take a slice here and see what we get. I think it's pork belly. as delicious. It's very fatty. In fact, I think fat equals taste most of the time, right? That was fantastic. Once I dug into my bun a little bit more, the pork got a little meatier, and there's some other fun things going on I didn't mention on camera. There was a nice crunch coming from some peanuts. It was really good anyway. And I know what you're thinking, okay, we were just in there probably with a bunch of tourists. Well, we were tired and hungry, and it was the right place at the right time. So that was dinner. We'd recommend it. Da bao.
Hey, should we go back in? We set out in this video to answer the question, is Chinatown worth it? We had heard that it was a little bit shady, a little bit seedy, and we wanted to see for ourselves. And it seems like they've encountered some vandalism in the past because there's some barbed wire circling the temple. And the answer is, it is a little bit rough around the edges, but it absolutely is still worth coming here. There is so much history to this part of Kuala Lumpur that we absolutely recommend it. For our next video, we have something very special planned. So stay tuned and subscribe because you are not going to want to miss it. Thank you so much for watching. See you next time. Bye.